So it's not unrealistic for us to say that we could have anywhere from a half dozen to a dozen or more calls involving people in mental illness or mental crisis at any given time.
Lieutenant Kevin Lully says most of the calls they get these days involve mental health issues, and sometimes they lead to violence. Earlier this year, an officer-involved shooting after a mental health professional called 911 asking for help taking a client to the hospital. The shooting happened soon after the officer arrived. It's these kinds of calls that police are hoping to minimize.
Why we never thought of it before, we'll never know, because it makes so much sense.
So they've teamed with crisis and counseling centers located in Augusta. The agency is providing trained mental health crisis workers who are riding along with police officers. This collaboration began in the mid-90s up in Waterville after the Mark Bichard case. He's the man who bludgeoned to death 2 nuns back in 1996. He ended up here at the Augusta Mental Health Institute, or AMHI. This place closed in 2004, putting more responsibility on police officers and mental health workers in the field.
From our perspective, we're going to be looking at what are the psychological, emotional issues that might be going on here.
Michael Mitchell is the president and CEO of Crisis Counseling. He says the days of a quick arrest for disorderly conduct, for example, are now more complicated. Both health care workers and police officers able to recognize mental illness.
There are often ways in which we can intervene to perhaps help minimize the escalation or the potential of it becoming either more violent or more illegal, if you will, or more of a legal situation.
Right now, the Midnight Team takes to the streets twice a week. The goal is to expand this collaboration so the teams are together every night of the week. In Augusta, Jim Keithley, WMTW News 8.